The legalization of marijuana in many U.S. states is creating a massive new industry, giving a generation of entrepreneurs an opportunity to strike it rich. These are their stories.
As I sit here, and we've got 3 young daughters and a 4th one on the way, I have no concerns about how I'm going to put all of them through college. I'm going to pay for their weddings, how I'm going to be able to buy them houses later. I have no concerns about for myself, how I'm going to pay my bills. The marijuana industry has been very, very good to me. And frankly, as I sit here and I look forward for the next 10 and 20 years, I can't imagine how we don't get 10x or 20x our current level of success, just because of all the opportunity that's coming up. The highlights of my professional experience, all the different entities I'm involved with right now, they really all start with Green Man Cannabis. Green Man Cannabis founded the company in July of 2009. We've had some really solid success. It's our operating company. It continues to grow and sell marijuana every day here in Denver. And so we grow some of the best weed in the world, and we do it ethically, and we care about the people we work with. Currently, I have 2 dispensaries in Colorado.
Green Man Cannabis is designed as a connoisseur shop. We're not trying to sell you the cheapest, poorest quality. We're trying to give you the best quality product for the best possible price that we can.
Our combined revenues will be, between $10 and $50 million. And on top of that, it's a very profitable business. Our master grower, great guy named Corey Buffkin, he's responsible for the quality of our product. I've won 4 cannabis cups with Corey, 15 first place awards and other competitions. Our product is a big differentiator.
We're in a mother room right now currently. This is essentially our genetic library for what's on site. These are all different strains and heirloom strains, hard to get things, cannabis cup winners that we've won with, so these are really protected in this facility to make sure no one gets their hands on them. It's probably about 60, 70 plants that would be in this room, the bigger ones right now. So these are Aeroponic Cloners that are going to spray water on raw stems that then bust roots off of them. And that's how we get these to root. Then we will take these and put them into dirt in a cup and carry on the process. But this typically takes about 2 weeks in this stage. This is where they go to 12 hours of light and 12 hours of darkness each day. They really increase their height and their size at this point. They stretch out when the lights are turned off. They'll sit in this room anywhere between 8 and 9 weeks, depending on the strains that we're running. There are about 400 plants in this particular room that we're in right now. We organize it by strains. So there's about 20, 25 different strains in this room running right now all together. So we're in the drying and curing room right now, the end of the process and end of the line. This would be the flower. This is the goal of what we're aiming to get out of here. There's about 50 pounds of product, I would say, in this room, around about. What we're looking at here is we've got Candyland, Chocolo, Girl Scout Cookies Forum Cut, Hell's OG, which is one of our strongest strains, and you got Louis XIII, which we won the Cannabis Cup with this last year. Skunkberry is the 13th strongest strain on earth that we grew of that particular one, and cup winner. Yeah, a lot of different strains. Most of these are staples on our shelf of what we have in here. If we're testing new gear, we run it in small batches until it's proven at the shop and that it will sell at the price points that we need.
The value of all the product we have is hard to say at any one time. I was giving a tour of one of our grows, and I walked into a room and somebody said, well, how much is all this worth? It was a bunch of packaged marijuana. And I realized it was about $250,000 in just packaged marijuana sitting on the floor of this vault. If you go and look in our stores at any one time, you take our product, all the other stuff in there, and there's at least $1 million worth of marijuana product in each store at any one time. Our current run rate is about $650,000 a month for the 2 dispensaries combined.
So there's different types of categories. There'll be your flower, there'll be your edibles, there'll be your hash, there'll be your topicals. So between all of those, a couple thousand products in the store.
The challenges of the marijuana business, specifically financially, really all start with the fact that we are still an unwelcome business on the federal level. I'm licensed in the state of Colorado. I'm fully disclosed. Everyone knows what I do. It's illegal for a bank to take my money. It's just like they were taking El Chapo Guzman's money or Scarface's money. I mean, I'm treated just like any other drug dealer. And so banks aren't willing to take our money, which puts us into an all cash position. And being in cash both creates certain business issues as well as a whole bunch of security issues. We've been burglarized 8 times in the last 7 years. 2 of those have been my personal home that were both related to the marijuana business. We both had to really up our security, and we've also lost a lot of money. We've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in these burglaries.
So as far as security goes, cameras will be placed above the bud tenders, in the bud room, in the lobby, and also outside the front so we can see who anybody comes in. All product will be off the shelf and inside the safe at the end of the night. And then everything will be locked down with security codes and locked doors when I leave the building.
The security does become a little unnerving just because if you're known to be in the marijuana business, it's fairly well known that we don't have banking. And so you're either carrying a lot of cash or a lot of product or both. It puts a mark on you, for sure. That said, I've been really lucky. I've never had any personal I've never felt a threat physically to myself or any of my loved ones. But all that would go away if anything ever happened to my family, to my wife or my kids. I would change something dramatically quickly.